Hello and welcome back to Japan. So, we have a money issue. Now what's our money issue? Well, it's not that we don't have any money. We actually have quite a reasonable amount of money. But I was thinking of how we're going to advance. How are we going to get stronger? Because people don't really want to join our bloc, right? If I go and find a vassal who is Ritsuru, so let's go... Oh, sorry, not Ritsuru, Soryo. Let's go Soryo and just pick some random person. So, that's okay, never mind. Some random person who's not in our block, right? You'll see that they don't want to join our block because our block is too big. So our plan of getting more powerful through people going out on their own, becoming Soryo, and then us getting them into our block, that becomes a lot more difficult. Now, there are ways in which we can do this. What we could do is we could get a hook on the person. Getting a hook on the person then allows us to get them in the block, and I mean, that is an answer, but it's not a very quick way of getting like extra power, because you could do all of that and then get like 300 troops, which is fine, but it's not gonna that's not gonna keep us at the same pace as this guy who's currently sitting with his 9,000. It's actually 10,000, I think, when the game actually recalculates it. So that's not gonna work. So our easiest way of increasing our power is probably to increase our men-at-arms, because we have quite a lot of untapped potential here. We have like 200 here, 400 here, another 200 here, and then we have 3 more men-at-arms, each of which can give us 500 troops, right? We could get quite a lot more powerful if we got more men-at-arms. We just don't really have the money for it. Or I guess the piety in the case of these guys. There is an argument, actually, that what we should do is just go all in on piety, get all warrior monks, and then just take over the country of warrior monks, but I don't know if that's the right answer. But anyway, money. How are we going to fix the money problem? Well, I noticed that we can do a grand tour, which is odd. I didn't think we could do a grand tour, but I guess we can. So, if we were to do a grand tour, and we were to do a taxation tour, we could get quite a lot of money from this. These tend to pay out extremely well. So I think we're going to do it if it will let us. Okay, and we have actually 6 vassals, which is pretty nice. So I could do something like this here. Visit 6 vassals. You know what? I should move 2 of these vassals around. So it's this one, that's my half-brother here. You should go first. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's just cancel this and restart it. But yeah, we could do that and then earn a ton of money through doing a grand tour. I think it's worth doing. I want to go here, then here, then here, then here, then here. So I'm assuming that you're going to get on the boats here, but apparently not. Okay. And then what's my goal for these places? I guess I don't need to increase control unless they've got lowered control. What's the other ones? Opinion with your vassal, popular opinion, cultural acceptance. So let's just have a quick look. So they're all my culture. Control in all the holdings is fool. And popular opinion, well, it's negative in some, but I don't really care about that. So actually, we should just do the one that gives us opinion with the vassal, and then go around and do that. Seems pretty good to me. We could also go in the other direction, but it doesn't really matter. Here, here, and then here. We're going to do hosted dinner for all of these, I think. Yeah, this one has it saying that we'll do cultural acceptance there. Not cultural, well, popular opinion, I think, there, because it's got lowered popular opinion. Don't know why this one suggests that we want to increase control. Control is fool, so I don't know. I guess we'll host a dinner here as well. We'll do all hosted dinners. Continue. We don't care about prestige gain, so we can cut all the money out there. We also don't care about the starting success of tours, because tours are particularly broken if you actually visit a lot of places. In that, you will get to maximum success anyway, most of the time. That's my goal. Justice allows you to increase control. Altruism, popular opinion, piety. Lechery is stress reduction for lustful or recreation. Let's just go recreation here. I'm gonna fire them. I'm gonna fire you, and I don't need any travel options. Wonderful, and we can just do this. Let's go. We're on a grand tour. Wonderful, and we lose stress just for starting it, and then that'll solve my stress issue as well. So we get settling in for dinner. I lose even more stress, and now we appear here. Ooh, the guardian of the Yogacara holy site has spread into our lands. Okay. Let's have a look at this. So it's this one. So we don't get the top bonus, because this is only for the owner of the legend, which is the Kampaku. We don't get legend promoter bonus, because we're not paying for it. So we only get the barony bonuses, which is popular opinion and control growth. We could choose to pay to get this, but it's not really a really big bonus, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, cool. Not what he seems. I find myself awake in agonizing hunger, unable to return to my rest. I wander in the dark to the kitchen and find that the room is lit a little with something besides my lamp. The pantry shelves glow with an unearthly yet inviting gold. I'm overrun with curiosity, unable to find the source of the glow. With the flame of my light snuffed out, I begin checking around the edges of the pantry. Must get to the bottom of this or I cannot go snooping around. There is a chance that this guy loses opinion of me. I gain stress either way though, so I'm going to take the 18% chance I can find something. He noticed me. Okay. After I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me, but this time, instead of food, it is topped with little game pieces. My liege, surely you know that I'm famed as one of Iwami's finest chess players, but I wish not to play not merely for fun. Perhaps we can make things interesting by putting up a wager. Soryo Miyako Kunamoto of Iwami grins at me, idly twiddling a piece between his fingers, eager for a match. Okay. No, I don't want a hook. I don't want a hook on him, and I don't want him to get a hook on me. But I think I have a hook on him because he's in my house. No, I guess it must only be if he's like born into the house. I get the house head hook. But anyway, and as in if he's born while we're the house head, a protege. This evening, I've been seated beside Soryo Kunamoto's daughter, Sadako, and the child has been a true delight. The more I speak with her, the more I see potential for her to be molded into my image. I feel the urge to take her back home as my ward, but I couldn't do such a thing without her father, and he could ask something of me in return. So he gets closer to getting a hook with me, and I take my niece away to educate her, or I haven't the time. I guess I'll educate my niece. Courtly exchanges. My caravan leader, Shigeko, has approached me claiming to have been given Soryo Miyako Kunamoto of Iwami's permission to join his court in place of my own. No, absolutely not. Letting this pass would certainly improve my standing with the Soryo, but is the insult of stealing members of my court truly something I can overlook? Absolutely not. No, you're staying with me. Okay. In the eye of the beholder. As soon as I lay eyes on Nariko, I catch my breath. It is as if Amaterasu has blessed Nariko with the beauty of 1,000 blanks, and time itself stops as I take in her delicate features. So its beauty is wasted on the peasant rabble. I must simply have her in my court. This is my niece. Yeah, probably not, I'd imagine. I'm going to say this is silly. The parting demand. We will ask for tribute. Demand refused! And I have a reason to righteously imprison him, but you can't refuse my demands. How am I going to earn my money? Den of Sin. We've discovered a den of sin. Do I want to do it? No. We've discovered a hermit. I'm going to ignore the hermit. I am not interested. Settling in for dinner. Hey, I lose a bunch of stress again. A talented wanderer. Ooh, it seems I'm not the only honoured guest at Koronobu's court. This evening I've been sat beside the fascinating Luzjin. Okay, interesting. Alas, I too should be among the landed class, Virtorio. If the world were a just place, my righteous claim would be recognised, and I too would have a great dining hall to serve you in. Sure, why not? It's fine. Unexpected wake-up call. I emerged from my slumber after another peaceful night staying with Koronobu. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. An entire keg of wine rests beside me like a lover, sloshing and creaking in its fullness with each slight motion I make. The gift is certainly unexpected, but is it really such a pleasant thing to wake up to? I guess it's fine. Yeah? That's acceptable. Okay. Wait, he lost 50 gold and then became my friend as he replenished the alcohol stores. Alright. Good job, half-brother. A local delicacy. No. Not going to become ill. I have decided that I will not do that. Okay. I should just move this over here so it doesn't cover those, and then I'll stop moving it back and forward. A little snooping. It is morning, and I emerge reluctantly into the waking world as the morning sun suddenly pierces my vision. I see a servant shuffling awkwardly around my room, unsteady as she sets my breakfast down beside me. I ask what troubles her, and even with such minimal provocation, she begins to vomit words forth. Oh, my wise and kind Torio, these walls talk. Oh, what terrible things they say. I know so much, too much, I think, some days. Soryo Koronobu would never forgive me if I told you, but I just can't keep these secrets in my head anymore. And so you must tell me. I learn of his murder secret. Would some coin loosen your lips, or you should keep your mouth shut? Tell me. I did not learn the secret. Well, friend, it's time for you to pay me 50 gold. Demand refused? Is this because they don't have the money? I'm going around asking people for money they don't have. Alright, fair enough. My sister can marry, apparently. That's a new thing. Visit to the Count Arms. Are we going to convince this random person to join my court? No. I'm going to get a random stat increase. Okay. Settling in for dinner. I'll take the stress loss. Okay. Relations are improving between us and this other house, which is a spin-off of our house. Okay. So we're now cordial. The suspicious extravagance. I have been enjoying my time here, but I cannot help but notice that I have feasted in extravagance every day while I've been here. Perhaps Soryo Kintoshi is significantly more wealthy than I had initially imagined. Okay. Well, let's say the back payments must be made. You paid 50 gold to me. Thank you very much. Okay. As I said, this bar just goes up so quickly, like there's no reason to start with an increased success unless you have very few vassals. A broken note. A hush falls over the hall as a musician plays a note too hard. A sharp twang cuts through the murmurs like a slap, the melody dies. My brother, Kintoshi, stiffens in place. Ah, my apologies, the musician stammers, bowing low with her instrument trembling in hand. A few guests pause mid-sip of their Huangjiu, glancing about uncertainly. Soryo Miyako forces a smile, but the flush on his cheek is unmistakable. A small mishap, he says, lightly, voice tight. Let us not lose the joy of the evening over this. Sensei, a fine performance. We've hardly begun. Fetch my trumpet, or is barely paying attention. Let's try and get poet. Yeah, let's try and get the poet trait. I got the poet trait. Wonderful. That's good. I like that. Okay. This person got closer to being friends with me as he replenished some alcohol stores. Another evening of merriment draws to a close, and I found myself locked in conversation with Nobusui, of all people. Well, I am going to tell a tale that is light, because if I tell a tale that is tragic, then I'm going to gain some stress. So let's do this. Okay. A parting demand. Give me 50 gold. He did. Wonderful. That's what we like to see. My admired Toryu Yoshimasa. It is a big honor to have you visit our humble domain. If you'd like to, please stay the night and join us for supper, says my half-brother as I make my way back through his domain. Alright, sure. I'll join you. The banquet. The oil lamps cast a light so feeble that it's nearly imperceptible. An old servant serves us food, fish unspiced. Soryo Kornobu seems a bit too nervous, talking about the difficulties of ruling such a poor area, the impossible taxation. Last priest we had left after just a couple of months, he mutters, putting away the watered wine. He breaks into a crying mess immediately after, burying his face in his hands. I must be honest with you, my intention in inviting you here was to steal from you, dear lord. I do hope you can forgive me. Apparently Galen unlocks all 3 of these. And say, have this and don't steal again. Let's forget this ever happened, or now you shall pay for it. Ooh, let's do this. 50% development growth is huge. Yeah, and that's in Takaoka. Okay. So that's in this one that has low development. But now it's got 7.3 development growth per month, which is absurd. Like, that is absolutely absurd. Yeah. That is going to go up in development so quickly. Fantastic. Right. And now we've already got to max in our tour through doing absolutely nothing, which is going to increase the vassal tax that we get and development growth in the realm capital. Lose some more stress for appearing in Oki. Steal artifact, stolen artifact. Today I took a fancy to admire my Kakijiku scroll, but to my horror I found it gone. After some feverish investigation, a servant comes forward saying that Miyako Tadamoto of the Takaoki family orchestrated the brazen theft. Indeed, he said he often waxed on about how much better the Kakijiku scroll would look in his possession. You stole my scroll? You stole my scroll? I'm gonna steal it back. Was I using that? Yes. Give it back. You can't just steal it. That's not how things work here. I'm going to need you in here. I'm going to pay you 112. No, I might give you some prestige. There we go. Infiltrator. You can join. Next infiltrator. Lookout. And you're already helping my scheme. Fantastic. Let's go. Okay. It's not really on. An unfamiliar taste. Well, it's an unfamiliar taste. Should I ask if they have some food that I like? Nope. I'll just take the stress hit. A cake to remember. I sit at the dinner table awaiting my dessert when it finally arrives. I can scarcely contain my elation. I cannot hold back any longer, and I just erupt into uncontrollable laughter as these 2 wobbling orbs of dessert are dropped in front of me, topped with 2 fruity nipples. There are all manner of lewd details on this confection that I'm sure would make even the Magatsukami blush. Of course I love it, but the only question is, how can I best show my appreciation? And say, I'll remember this, or I owe you one. Say, I'll remember this. Okay. Right, carrying on. Dreams of a better life. This evening I'm seated next to Lady Masako's caravan master, Mitsuko, watching as she sighs into her plate with longing. Okay. Truly, I grow tired of life here in Oki, and I long to elevate my station in life. You're not going to come with me. Sorry. I'm going to say, well, I'll be a shoulder to cry on. That's fine. You can be my friend, but you can't join my court. You are one of Oki's finest chess players. Well, I'm not going to ruin my evening with that. The woman I dream about. My lord, we can find no signs of this peasant you have us searching for. With the limited resources at my disposal, there is only so much I can do. Even as my brother, Kunamoto, bows and scrapes, my thoughts wander to that magical night. I'll pay another 65 to find the woman who I'm fairly certain is now our wife. Okay. Parting demand, I will ask for 50 gold, and I was given 50 gold. Matter of governance. This looks like it's going to be good, looking at the bottom left already. Between bites and polite sips of sake, a conversation at the table turns heated. My niece, Lady Masako, raises a pressing matter of governance, not directly to me, but clearly within earshot. Face. Any idea why it just says the word face? It's obviously like something's meant to come before it, but alright. So I can get some Confucian education experience. I can lose stress, or say this is a dinner, not a debate hall. I'll do this one, I guess? Sure. I was turned away? What? Are you not there or something, or... No, he just turned me away. He doesn't like me. Well, okay. I can break down the gates and loot it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say let's just move along. We have now arrived at the next place. Torio Yoshimasa arrives. Wait, we're inviting ourselves in for the grand tour? Which I can lead to a rivalry with myself? Something's gone incredibly wrong here. I'll say welcome. I now get the other side of the event. Am I getting both events where I'm talking to myself? Okay. I'm enjoying a quiet dinner with Torio Miyako Yoshimasa of Miyako and his wife, Lady Muneko of Miyako. Wait. So I got the event where I can become a lover of my host's wife, but I am my host, so... Okay. Anyway. Mere moments after we excuse ourselves, our wife descends on us like a rabid dog. Okay, that sounds fine. That sounds acceptable. Okay. An honest mistake. My niece and ward, do you want to be trusting, forgiving, or patient? You can be trusting. That's fine. I have 10 here. Oh, I need to wait a little bit more. I need to wait to 15. Or one more tick. There we go. Flavorful combination. Do I want to go for a food combination that can cause me to get a stomachache for 5 years? Probably not. That sounds pretty bad. Right. Let's execute scheme. Let's execute with confidence. I've stolen my scroll back. Wonderful. That's what we like to see. Now I can put my scroll back on. Okay. Well, it's been a long and wondrous evening of revelry and merriment, and many a goblet of Huang Jiu has been shared between me and my good host. However, it would seem that we have been trying to drink more than me, always filling our own goblet a little higher than ours. Is this some sort of implicit challenge? Perhaps I ought to set some stakes here. We get closer to getting a hook on ourselves? Okay. A parting demand. I can demand that Tadamoto, yes, who I think was meant to be our host, pays tribute, which is what I'm going to do. I got the other side of the contest. I'm going to say yes. I lost stress for having a contest against myself. This person is choking. I can save her. She's alive. Okay. You owe me your life. Random person. Okay. That was a weird end to our tour. Tasty treat? No, I'm not going to eat the tasty treat. I would like to leave the tour, please. Let's go in here and let's grab ourselves scientific for the cultural fascination progress, which is good. So now, how quick is it going to be? Okay, 5 years left. It's not too bad. Who ate all the pastries? We'll say sad. Okay. I can save her again. This is our court poet. I'll save her. I failed to save her. She's dead. Okay, am I actually able to leave this thing, or am I stuck in it forever? This person's choking. Wait, am I going to be stuck here until everybody in my court chokes to death? Yes, I think I might be. 3 have just died due to choking. I think it might be broken. I'm going to reload the game. Okay, yeah, I'm going to reload from the autosave. Okay, because we're just getting the choke event over and over and over again. And nobody, like, there's no sign of us leaving the thing. So I'm in a hosted dinner, but am I in the hosted dinner with myself? I think so. I think it will auto end here. Okay, so I need to go back another one. Let's go back to this one then. Okay. And if we get an option, we kick ourselves out, I guess. That's fine. So I'm now back at Oki. We'll say sad. Right, time for tribute. Paid me my money. Cry for help. Let's try and get this. Nothing happened from it. Alright, fair enough. This guy invited us in this time. Yes, I'm still doing that. That's okay. Contest. I can get closer to getting a hook on this guy. Sure, you underestimate my prowess. Okay. You can be trusting. It's all fine. If flavorful combination, we will not eat the foreign food. Or the food that's from slightly further away than when we are. Gain more stress. I can fire the event. Let's fire it. Nice, I've stolen my artifact back. Let's re-equip my own artifact again. Right, back in here. Right. Will demand tribute. And then there was a memorable performance where we'll lose some more stress. Whisper in the Cup. Ooh, I don't know this one. As the spice wine flows and conversation drifts around me, Mitsuhiro, a commoner from Kume, steps forward to refill my cup, but instead of merely pouring, his fingers press a folded slip of paper into my hand and vanished as swiftly as he came. Beneath the table I open it, a name, a deed, a scandal. If it is of my host, Soryo Miyako. The note is brief, but the implication is unmistakable. Across the table, my brother, Soryo Yali, smiles, oblivious. I'll keep this close for now. I learn of a witch secret. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to learn of the witch secret. That's okay. You refuse to give me 50 gold. I was warned ahead of time that the villagers of Daisen come together and erected a statue of me. When I arrive and look at it, though, I cannot really process what I'm seeing. Not only is the statue the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but it looks nothing like me. So I can get this for 50 years, which is control growth on popular opinion, but lowered development growth, or tear it down. Tear it down. Yep. Okay. I am going to choose to not be at home for myself. And then say, that's fine. He was insulted, and I am now rightfully able to imprison myself. But I did get to arrive back home, and I got all the benefits of holding the Grand Tour. I think. Wait, is it on here? Magnificent Liege. So yeah, we get 20% vassal tax contribution and some development growth. And we have money. A little bit anyway. I can pardon criminals. I was wondering if we could pardon ourselves. Let me just check. Do I need a pardon from you now? No. Okay. Don't know why it let us visit ourselves. Because it looked like we were meant to be visiting this guy, maybe. But I guess it doesn't work anymore. So, that's good info. My sister can marry. Sister, you are going to marry somebody who meets the criteria. Who has an inheritable trait, sure. Although, I guess it doesn't really matter if they have an inheritable trait if we're going to marry you off, so. Actually, how about alliance power? You can get me alliance of House Montoku? Okay. House head is the Kampaku, so no, I don't want an alliance with the Kampaku. Get alliance with Dewa. That seems reasonable. Yeah. They are related, and there is a chance their children are inbred, but that's okay. That's acceptable. Right. Carrying on. Right. Yeah, how much money do I realistically need? Oh, also you can switch back to disrupting schemes. How much money do I need to get what I want here? So to increase light horsemen, we need 360. 360 to increase that. I need like an extra 100 there. So let's say that it's 460 to increase those to max size. So it's 460 plus an extra 400 piety plus 120. So that puts me up to 580. Plus whatever else I want. So I probably want these guys, so 550. So 1,130 plus 400 piety. And then, I don't know, maybe more light footmen or warrior monks or something like that. So like another 250 or another 400, well, another 1,000 piety. So it's like 1.4k piety plus 1.25 gold. Ish. Something like that. Okay. Something like that. So we need like, let's say 1,500 gold and then we're happy. Okay. Beguiling strokes. Do I want to learn this person's language? Oh. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not really that bothered. I guess I'd rather just lose stress. Yeah. That's fine. Cool. Now we chill for a little bit. Yeah, let's have a little look at the amount or the strength of your block. So your block is 11,000. How strong is my block? 6,800. So yeah, we're about 4,000 off. Oh yeah, people are also asking what type of wars I can do. And suggesting all sorts of things. Here's a tribal person. If I declare war against them, I'm not allowed to, because I don't have imperial pacification, right? So we can't declare war against tribal people, it's just not possible. And do the same thing here as well. See? Does not have imperial pacification, so we can't declare war against them. My fellow vassals, I'm assuming we have the same type of wars we've seen before. Yeah, so we have the Sorio County Conquest, which is considered a crime. That lets you get one county. I can press a claim, which is not considered a crime, interestingly. Oh, wait a second. Not considered a crime to press a claim. And then the block expansion. We can seize it for the block and then distribute it. But that is a crime. I'm surprised that this isn't a crime, actually. So we should probably just do things that are claims. What duchy is that part of? East San Yodo. Yeah, I don't really see a reason why I shouldn't press that, actually. What block are you in? You're in the Hoki block. 8,500. The big block, but I actually think we were going to crush him if we declare war, because we could declare war and then just immediately go to their holding and take it. Yeah, I kind of think that we can just do this. Maybe I'm underestimating things, but maybe I just do this? It's not a crime. Okay. Go here. Enemy allies are joining wars. Wait, did my allies join my war? They did. Well, yeah, some of them did. Definitely. Can ask Dewa to join as well, which I will do. Next to 650 troops. And we're going straight for their army. I'm leading. I'm insanely good as a commander. Let's go. I would love to fight you. Yeah, let's head here. We joined and defeated their army. Head over here, new martial lifestyle perk. Let's grab engineered for destruction. It makes our siege weapons better. And we start sieging. 7 months left. They can come and fight me if they want to, but they're not going to win. They're not even going to fight me. They're going to siege this, and it's going to take them 8 months, which they won't finish. So, yep, we're going to win. There we go. I have a new realm priest, it says. The woman I dream about. My lord, we can find no sign of this peasant you have us searching for. With the limited resources at my disposal, there's only so much I can do. Even as my courtier Nobuko bows and scrapes, my thoughts wander to that magical night. We'll find this random person. Who's our wife? Hey, we won the siege. Capture the prisoner who's worth no war score. We'll enforce our demands. So, that gives my half-brother another piece of land, which is nice. We can disband our army. I'm going to send... Well, I'm going to wait a second, actually. Then I'm going to send our... our Taisho over there to increase control. There you go, we've expanded. We got a little extra bit of land. I can ransom this person for 10 gold. Anyone else a prisoner? No? Alright. Fantastic. She is a woman now. It's been a good while since I saw my old heartthrob, Tsuneko. Okay. Yeah. Even after all these years, the thought of her as the subject of my childhood infatuation occupies my mind in the midnight hours. She is a woman now. I cannot help but feel myself reaching for my quill when I think of her. Perhaps I ought to finally make my feelings known. I guess so, sure. Affections were returned. She became our lover. Oh, alright, and I got 10 gold for the person we ransomed. Okay. That was a pretty solid war that we did there. Yeah. And now we're increasing control here, which will give us yet another holding that's under our control. A little bit more, yeah, a little bit more, like, power. I was also trying to think, if there's a way of finding out who I can press claims for. Because I can see who I can declare war on, but it doesn't actually tell you what the wars are, which is completely useless. Yeah, because block expansions are not what I want to do. I would like to do claim wars. I guess I could also, now that I know that claim wars are a thing, I could also just declare claim wars, as in, like, fabricate claims. Yeah, I guess they weren't a thing while we were administrative, but they are now. Oh, maybe that's how you can expand into tribal territory. You fabricate a claim. But knowing that it's not even a crime makes you think, like, oh, well, I could expand, like, into here. All I need to do is pick someone and just expand. I find somebody who's not in a block, like this guy. He's not in a block. Fabricate a claim, take his land. It's not a huge amount that you get from taking a singular piece of land, because a singular piece of land is not that exciting. But, I mean, this one has 5 holdings on it. It's got potential. Yeah, okay. Something to think about. Although it does also then cost you money to get the claims if you're getting claims, which has its own problem. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.